Welcome back to my channel. It was supposed to be one night. Just one stop at a forgotten roadside motel after my car broke down in the middle of nowhere. The sign outside blinked half dead in the dark. The Willow Inn. One of those places that feels off the second you see it. Inside, the air was thick with dust. A thin man behind the counter didn't ask questions. He slid me a key with the number etched in rust. 206. No smile. No small talk. Just a long stare. I climbed the creaking wooden stairs alone. The hallway smelled like mold and old carpet. When I opened the door to room 206, it groaned like it didn't want to be disturbed. Inside, it was colder than the rest of the building. The mirror above the sink was cracked. The wallpaper was peeling. I dropped my bag and lay on the bed. That's when I heard it whispers. At first, I thought it was the wind, but it was too close. To deliberate. A woman's voice, faint, broken, crying. He's still here. He won't let go. I froze. The room was empty. No TV on. No phone. Just silence until it came again. He's still here. I jumped up and checked the bathroom. Nothing. Opened the closet. Empty. But the mirror had fogged up like someone had breathed on it. I could barely make out two figures standing behind me. They weren't there. But why would the mirror show a reflection if no one was there? I tried to shake off the fear, but it was like the walls were closing in. I needed to get out. I threw open the door and leaned against it. As long as it was open, I was safe. I told myself the moon was past its full, and I was overdue for sleep. But all I could hear was the whisper, "He's still here." Eventually, it faded into silence. I got onto the bed and closed my eyes. It wasn't real. None of it was. A tired laugh escaped my lips. Maybe the wine I drank earlier was just kicking in. When I opened my eyes, everything was darker now. Time for sleep, I told myself. I woke up to the sound of static. The TV had turned on by itself. No channels, just static. And then a face. A man's. His mouth was sewn shut. His eyes were black pits. I stared, dumbfounded. Why? Who? What was happening? I looked closer and realized something terrifying. In the reflection on the screen, there was someone standing behind me. I looked away for a second, and when I looked back, they were still there. I spun around. Nothing there. But I swear I felt breath on the back of my neck. My heart was pounding, adrenaline surging through me. I could feel my pulse in my ears. I turned back to the TV, and it was gone. The room was empty, but I knew I wasn't alone. In the morning, I stormed downstairs and demanded a different room. The receptionist didn't even blink. He just said, "You heard her, didn't you?" My mouth went dry. "Who?" he whispered. Leaning closer, she checked in alone. Her boyfriend came later, but only one of them ever checked. Out, I asked what happened. He just smiled and said, "Room 206 doesn't like to be disturbed." I should have left right then. But my car wouldn't start. No signal. No other guests. I was trapped. That night, I returned to 206. Against every instinct in my body. The moment I opened the door, it felt colder than before. My breath fogged the air. Handprints appeared on the window. From the inside. Then came the whispers again. Not the woman this time. A man's voice. Rough, angry. She was mine. And then screaming. From the bathroom. A woman's scream. Raw and full of terror. "Help me," she sobbed. "He's coming back." The door slammed shut behind me. The lights flickered. The mirror shattered. And then dash footsteps. Slow. Heavy. Coming toward the door. The woman turned and screamed, pointing behind me. Run! I didn't think! I bolted out of the room, down the stairs, through the empty lobby. But the motel had changed. The lights were out. The sign outside was gone. The place looked abandoned like no one had been there for years. I jumped in my car. The engine started immediately. I didn't stop driving for hours. Weeks later, I looked it up. Nothing. No listing. No Willow in that area. Just a thread in a horror forum. Dozens of posts from strangers, all saying the same thing. They stayed in room 206. They heard the whispers. They saw her and him. Some never made it out. If you ever see an old motel by the highway with a blinking sign that says the Willow in, don't stop. Don't go in. And whatever you do, never open the door to room 206. So, did you listen to the story? Was it scary? I really hope so, because the reason I love telling these stories is because I love scaring you guys. Anyways, if you like this story, please hit the like button. Subscribe and turn on notifications so that you can get notified when I post new stories every single day. Thank you so much for listening. Have a good night. Bye.